Opening today, I want to talk about the book of Enoch, not as forbidden fantasy and not as biological nonsense, but as one of the most uncomfortable warnings ever written. This is not about angels mating with humans, it is about power growing beyond consequence and why that keeps happening. Enoch is not anti God, he is anti absolutism. The central mistake people make with Enoch is assuming it challenges God. It does not. What it challenges is any authority, human or divine, that claims moral immunity. In Enoch, angels fall, giants fall, and humans fall, not because they exist, but because they exceed natural limits. Without feedback, Enoch does not deny order. It denies the right of power to declare itself righteous by scale alone. The giants are not biology based, they are excess. The giants in Enoch are not meant to be taken as literal colossal beings, they're a narrative image. A giant is what happens when power grows faster than responsibility, when knowledge grows faster than wisdom, and when authority grows faster than accountability. The problem is not evil, the problem is evil at scale. My third point here is that moral stability comes from decentralization. When morality is centralized, error spreads massively. Responsibility diffuses and consequences fall on the powerless. When morality is decentralized, error stays local, responsibility is personal, and consequence teaches directly. A cruel individual can harm dozens. A cruel institution can harm millions. Humility is a result, not a requirement. Humility is not something that needs to be imposed by doctrine or authority. It emerges naturally through contact with reality, limits failure, and consequence teach humility better than any institution ever could. Power becomes dangerous only when it escapes correction. Adam and Eve, as an example, were moral individuals in the book of Genesis who had no institution, no temple, no hierarchy. There are only individuals. They were only individuals in which direct relationship with moral law and God was primary. This does not reduce divine presence; it intensifies it by removing intermediaries. The problem of conglomerates, large systems, is that they allow us to dilute harm to abstract and authority to persist without accountability. This is how modern tech giants are born: empires, ideologies, institutions, and prisons abroad in countries that are not supposed to have certain world powers policing them. That confuse order with domination, which is why Enoch survives, but it's naturalized. Enoch cannot be fully canonized because it places limits on power, but it cannot be erased because it names a real pattern that keeps repeating. That's why it survives on the margins, rediscovered by individuals rather than preserved by institutions. And my biggest conclusion here is that the world was not perfect because it was static, but because it was ordered for individual moral life. God's presence does not depend on massive structures, but on direct relationship between persons, limits, consequence. Whenever power grows beyond feedback, Enoch becomes relevant again.